Go ahead, Alex. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hi, Karine. Democratic mayors in Chicago and New York are just straining to house, humanely the migrants coming north from, Texas primarily. And it seems, at least in New York, they've run out of solutions. They seem really desperate. It seems like Chicago is more or less in the same boat. And they've pleaded for more help from the federal government. And what do you have to say to the mayors there?
So look, we just announced very recently that over $200 million to support cities this month. And we'll soon be awarding an additional $360 million. So we take this very seriously. And we would, of course, like to be able to provide more than that. But this is something that Congress needs to give it to us first to actually deal with that. But again, $200 million that we've just announced, another $360 million that we're going to announce additionally to help these cities that you just laid out. But in the meantime, I would note that the number of unlawful border crossing has plummeted since our plan went into full effect just about almost 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago. And so that's because we put a plan in place that dealt with diplomacy, deterrence, and enforcement. That's what we did. And that's what you're seeing once our plan took in effect. You actually saw numbers of unlawful border crossings plummet. And so that is important because the actions that we've put forward is actually working. When it comes to the cities, we're doing everything that we can. Of course, we would want to do more, but we have to have Congress to act as well. All right.
Wow, the southern border crisis is getting bad when Democrat mayors in Chicago and New York are coming to Biden and saying, can you help us? We are being overwhelmed. Our resources are being overwhelmed, and the crisis is just getting worse for the whole country. Karine is saying that the numbers got better in May, but there's no indication of that. President Trump's COVID-era Title 42 policy expired, and then there's no major policy that was put in place to combat what came after that policy. I'm looking at the Customs and Border Patrol numbers in May. They went up. They went up huge. And she might be talking about a irrelevant statistic. That's what they often like to do, is point out one thing that doesn't matter. It's like a small decrease in people from 30 to 40, but people on all other age groups went up significantly. That's just an example, but that's how they like to manipulate these statistics like that. The numbers are increasing. And the fact that they're just saying they're saying they need Congress. Hello, we have federal immigration laws on the books. They're on the books. And we have an agency, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Customs and Border Patrol, which is, I believe, part of Homeland Security. They're there to do this job. What do you need Congress for? You have the laws. You have the money, get the job done and close the border. If that's really what you want to do, I doubt that's their motivation, actually, though. So, Karine, you are just virtue signaling. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Facebook or the other platforms. We'll be back with more videos soon.